06, Maxi.
Whole lot of maxis.
PulseChain, Maxi. October has say attack me. Team with your heart if you ask me. I eat the pretzel, I'm nasty. It's still a bad mark.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good people. What is going on? It has been a while since I've done a live stream, but I hope everyone, as always, is having a fantastic day, boys and girls. Hope y'all are enjoying the green candles we've been getting lately. Let's get it. And as always, folks, we're going to be diving into the cryptocurrency trends. We're going to be diving into, of course, some updates, some prices, having some fun, and just enjoying each other's company, man. So I hope all of y'all as well are having a fantastic day, boys and girls. Again, my name is ATX Crypto. So let's say hello to some beautiful people who have showed up already. Lee, what's going on in the house? Checked in. Let's talk markets. Let's do it. Anthony Munoz, what's up? What's up? Rugburn222, much love to you as well. Hello, everyone. Did we just 2x in 10 days? I believe we did. If so, we're going to be stupid rich. Let's get it. And we absolutely did a 2x in 10 days. What's good, Mo Digging It? How you doing, my G? Yo, the cryptocurrency market has been going pretty damn wild, boys and gals. If y'all haven't seen just recently after everything going on, it's been having quite a bit of a fun time, as a matter of fact. We've actually got a couple of different things to talk about real quick, so let's just dive right in. Westcott said, I'm rich, bitch. Absolutely. What's up, my boy? Co-host to the Pulse Nation. Go give him all the love, like, share, and subscribe to each other as well. We actually have a beautiful chart. This is coming from the Titan of Crypto. This is a Pule index. It's one of the indexes people use to determine what's going on in the actual Bitcoin market. And if you notice right away, right from the beginning of this Pule multiple, you can see there is a time where there's a triggered at the bottom, or bottom trigger. This comes from the accumulation, post-halving accumulation, back into accumulation, post-halving accumulation. And of course, we're diving into that right now after the fourth Bitcoin halving that just recently happened in April. Every single time before that, there's been a local top before the halving, followed by the post-halving accumulation, followed by a top signal. This is typically triggered at the top as well. You can see it got triggered right here, followed by the accumulation, local top, post-halving accumulation, and guess where we're going next, folks? This isn't rocket science. It does the exact same cycle every single time because once again, it got triggered right here. We hit the top, and if you can't really see it right here, let's just kind of zoom on in a little bit. Back in 2013 to 14 and 15, this is actually getting into the bottom accumulation area, followed by the local top right here, followed by the post-halving accumulation. This tends to last for, on average, about 6 months. Doesn't mean it has to last 6 months every single time, but it's about that long, followed by what I call the red year, and it is followed by that massive bull run rally where you can see it just absolutely blast off. That's where you see prices like Bitcoin go from places like $500 to $1,000 all the way up to $10,000 to $15,000 in some scenarios, followed by a pullback where you get the next accumulation phase or end of bear market. Again, these tend to start turning around in the September, November timeframe. Keep that in mind. So when we're looking at these charts, folks, this is what we're getting into right now. You get another local top followed by a post-halving accumulation. This tends to last for 6 months once again. And after that, it goes into an absolute rally where you can start seeing some local tops happen now. Now, just recently, guess what has happened, folks? We've hit the fourth Bitcoin halving. We've got the local top halving. We've got the post-halving accumulation right now. And guess what comes next, boys and gals? It's when things just absolutely blast off, whether it can be 200,000 Bitcoin, 100,000 Bitcoin. Of course, that number can be different for every single person and individual. But when you actually dive into the actual chart of what Bitcoin has done so far, it tends to look pretty damn bullish overall, because this is when you start seeing tokens such as the price of Bitcoin reaching $240,000. And this is actually done. Whoops. Why is it not zooming in? All right, cool. Let me just get that real fixed up real quick. This is actually coming from a couple different methods. One of them is going to be the actual Fibonacci pullback. And again, that's from the all-time high of that cycle to the all-time local low of this one. And you can just kind of see where we can expect prices to reach for Bitcoin. On average, it does hit the 3618 price. And again, it gets pretty damn close to the 4236 on the retracement. So it's anywhere between 220,000 Bitcoin to $262,000 per Bitcoin. We're still in this post-halving accumulation right here. So again, this is where we currently are. It is looking like it is wanting to break out soon on this metric, especially going into October. September has tended to be pretty bearish in terms of crypto in general, in terms of historical returns and past returns and how that's looked on previous cycles, going all the way back 10 years plus on this one for Bitcoin in particular. But once again, folks, quarter four tends to be extra bullish when it comes to Bitcoin in general. You get the average of an 88% increase with the median of 56% increase in quarter four alone. And then guess what? Quarter one turns to be the biggest return for Ethereum, right? That's whenever everything starts taking off. You get massive returns coming from Ethereum as well, with an average of 92% increase over there in quarter one. So we're talking January, February, March of 2025 could potentially be crazy, stupid, bullish for everybody. Even just recently right now on these particular charts for the ETH Bitcoin chart itself, breaking this down on the daily right here, you can actually see a pretty good phase where this sucker is wanting to actually flip bullish, y'all. This is the ETH BTC ratio right here. It is finally starting to retrace out of all of these levels of the moving averages. As you can see, guys, that's just the beginning of what is a massive rally going into crypto, folks. So when you're diving into all of these charts right here, even going all the way back, you can see just briefly, let's just dive this in over here on a weekly real quick, so you can kind of see it done in a little bit better method. Going back in when, prices start going crazy, 2021 is kind of one of those items where markets started really going crazy. ETH absolutely started outperforming Bitcoin, and that's when things went nuts. Even right here in the 2016, 2017 rally, ETH absolutely outperformed Bitcoin once again by a scale of almost, 18 to 1 right there in that scenario. So pretty damn crazy what you can expect and what you can possibly see with some of these markets. Now, even going all the way back on the fib retracement pools from local tops to the all-time low, previous cycles and all that good stuff, you can see it tends to also hit that 4236 level. And even if it was to come back up and hit this 4236 level currently right now, well, that puts Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin essentially by a nice 3x, 4x right here as well, 3.5x as well, from where current prices stand currently. Now, again, we still have some levels to break through on the weekly charts right here for some moving averages that we've been fighting. But this is that first sign of the alt season really starting to kick back up again, folks. This is when you can start seeing these numbers really start getting into the alt season range. Again, when things start reaching above 75, it tends to be pretty damn bullish in crypto. As a matter of fact, you can see it go from January right here of 2021, where Ethereum tends to be pretty damn bullish, as I just mentioned in quarter one, going all the way up to actually hitting the alt season high of 94 at this point in time, when April and May really started being pretty much the top of a lot of different tokens back then. So keep that in mind, what we can expect going forward. It is looking pretty damn good if you ask me right now. We're starting to break out, alt season really starting to kick off. And even with the PulseChain ecosystem, again, a lot of people are loving the prices that we've been seeing, especially over the last week. Heck, even over the last 30 days, we have finally actually gone green across the board on all of the different tokens out there. You got PulseChain up 27% in 30 days, PulseX up 40%, Incentive up 37%, Hex almost back up to a penny, folks. Can we break a penny? Can we break a penny? Combined together, we are sitting at 1 penny already right now with Ethereum Hex and PulseChain Hex. We got an 81% increase over the last 30 days. So pretty damn good stuff right here. Even on the 24 hour, it seems to be holding beautiful green candles, folks. I love seeing the green candles. It obviously brings everyone back into a nice mental state to see their portfolio from what has been down for a while. If you haven't been able to accumulate or DCA, to finally start being back and being like, all right, cool, there's light, there's hope, there's all this stuff. Just recently, I saw Hexo post, where do we fall in the market psychology? And I believe we're on the hope type deal right now, but neither here nor there. We're going to dive into some of these charts today because even on the 7-day charts, like I said, green candles across the board for all the tokens. Love seeing it. Love checking it out. And of course, let's just say hello to some more beautiful people who have showed up as well. We got Crypto 7. What's up, my boy? We got Checks My Pulse. Nice. Good to see you. Good to see you too. DJ Bomber, Rugburn. Pays to hodl. It absolutely pays to hodl. And that's kind of one of those things that, it's always easy to see the light at the end or looking back and say hindsight being 2020. And it's always easy to kind of do this kind of stuff every single time, folks. But if you just always remember that you can hodl, you can DCA, you can have the 5P set up with proper preparation to prevent poor performance, allowing you the ability to not only buy the dips, but also be able to start accumulating even more and then be ready to take profit on the accordingly side of things. But of course, my boys, absolutely love seeing everyone in there. I just got a little message from my buddy. Hold on, let me just check it out. Always good to see the message as well. Always good to see them as well. You know what I mean? That's kind of one of those deals when you start getting all the messages back. I saw, a couple people say their boss is up, some money that they've gotten in, their people that they've gotten in crypto are up on this one. It's always good when you can start sharing that moment with everyone too, because heck, over the last 3 years, let's be real, shit's been pretty damn crazy, right? And I think we can all agree to that to some level and agree to it to some degree. But it's been pretty damn crazy as well, checking out what's going on over the last year. So it does, in fact, pay to hodl. It does even better to actually DCA on the way down. In fact, I actually have shared this previously on this one too. But it's really that DCA ability on this one to truly actually, lock in pretty good, lowering your average initial cost. And I don't know why I just did that. Let me actually get it pulled up and I'll actually share a spreadsheet that I share. It's available down in the link below, if I'm not mistaken, in the description below, should I say. It is the DCA calculator. It kind of shows you, heck, if you just made 2 purchases, what it could potentially look like as well. And the numbers get pretty damn stupid. Johnny Chaos did a pretty good job, and I'll break down kind of what he did in that message as well to kind of show everyone what went down. So let's just pull up some sheets. Let's go over here. And while we're doing that, say hello to some more beautiful people as well. There we go. Optimality in the house. What's up, my friend? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yep, checks my pulse in the house. Absolutely. Hex to a penny this weekend. Let's go, man. Then Hex to the moon. Richard's coming soon. Lol. Dosed Easy in the house. Pulse Nation, what up? We ain't never switched up since day one. These motherfuckers gonna learn. You gonna learn. Or you gonna learn the hard way. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure, folks. It's one of those crazy things that you end up getting into every single time when you look at some of these numbers, but they aren't that crazy, y'all. They aren't that crazy. And I know you see the new shiny objects and it's easy to get caught up. And hey, for the people who made money trading, dude, congratulations, man. I'm just telling you that the vast majority of people do not end up making money that way. They end up losing a whole bunch of money, investing all of these tokens that could have once been turned into a vast amount of money. But they're over here switching, swapping, and doing a whole bunch of different stuff because of boredom. So let's just pull up a fun little calculator right here. Just say you had $1,000 invested. Back in the day, you did $1,000 during the sacrifice period. I'm just using this as the example over here. This is going to be PulseX for my example. Don't worry about the ticker over here. It's just simply an image. And this is just saying if you did a simple $1,000 purchase today at the current prices of the 4 zeros to 6 right now, look how much your average price goes down. Again, you have $2,000 initially invested in total, but now you have 48 million tokens. So what you initially had was 10 million tokens, followed by a purchase today of $1,000 at the current price of PulseX, bringing your average down to less than half of what you're looking at right here as well. This is absolutely insane, folks. Absolutely insane. And again, this kind of goes down to the metric, and I believe Johnny Chaos did a pretty good item over here. He said if your initial purchase price was $1 and you got to buy it at a penny, for example, for that same $1,000 purchase, your average price is 2 cents, folks. Your average price is 2 cents. And I can't say it any other different. That's the easiest way to explain it. You got so much more bang for your buck. So anyone who had been buying even previous all-time highs for Hex, for example, this could be one of those deals. You bought the tippity top because you were like, damn, I'm going to $1. I've seen a double every freaking 45 days. Let's get it. And then as of right now, you had the ability to buy Hex. We're going to use the Ethereum Hex side of these numbers as well. Even at 0.003, look at your initial average price, $1,000 purchase here, $1,000 purchase here, and your average price is 2 zeros and a 5, 2 zeros and a 6. So essentially from that point on, what that means is you are now in profit all the way up, anything above 2 zeros and a 6. How incredible is that, folks? DCA is 100% the way to do it. DCA is 100% the play to make it happen. And I just wanted to share this with everyone to keep that in mind. But again, I just share this because, you know, some people are looking for this information. Some people are not knowing how that necessarily works. They think if you did a $50 purchase here or $1,000 purchase here and a $1,000 purchase at current prices, you would just cut it in half. And that's simply not the case. You actually lower your average significantly by taking advantage of these insanely incredible prices, even after the most recent pumps, because we are still pretty damn close to the lows. Let's be real about that, y'all. We're still pretty damn close to these lows right now. So don't get that twisted by any means, especially when you're looking at all of these tickers right now. So again, you got Bitcoin starting to really want to rally. We need to get we need to just escape from this moment in time at this point. We need to really get out of the whole situation of the $60,000 to $70,000 range that has kind of been held in. But we did just get a recent buy signal. That doesn't mean it's 100% confirmed over here, but that's just one of the items over here that as it kind of starts to outperform, really going bullish over here would be getting past the 69,000. We've seen just moments ago, I showed you just moments ago, how it tends to look going forward at Q4. So just getting a simple 88% pump or even 56% pump, let's just say, as an average of where we currently are right now, well, a 56% pump, boys and gals, from here still puts us all the way back up to damn near $100,000 Bitcoin. So that's potentially possible to see $100,000 Bitcoin by end of year. And once you start seeing those numbers with Bitcoin, Ethereum ideally would also be continuing to be outweighing Bitcoin and outpacing Bitcoin and regaining its traction once again. Alt season really starting to come back, going into what could be a massive bull run going into essentially January, February, and March. Even over here, if you just get an average of a 56% increase over here, following that same 56% increase over at $100,000, by the way, still puts you all the way back up to damn near $150,000 Bitcoin. That's pretty damn good, y'all. Pretty damn good, if you ask me. Diving into some charts over here on PulseChain real quick, since we're actually looking at this point in time, we have a beautiful, beautiful chart starting to shape. Look at the green candles form again, folks. Again, this is on the weekly right now. I'm seeing some massive green candles overall. We're pushing past several resistance levels that we have been meeting in the past. If you break this down on the daily time frame right now, for example, let's just switch it up to the 1 day. You can see we've been hitting many levels of resistance, many levels of support, and now we're just starting to break through all of these levels of support, resistance. Ideally, the next level that we really want to be breaking, 4 zeros and a 5. If we can really start getting past that, well, obviously you already know we're looking into that next level, which is all the way up to 4 zeros and a 6. That's just some items overall to be checking it out. I did share this with my Patreon peeps last week. As of Sunday, I do a call every single Sunday as well. So we'll be doing another call tomorrow, talking about what's going on with all of this stuff, diving a little bit more in depth and detail for all of these tickers. But you can see even on the Impulse MACD starting to get nice bullish moves over here. This is a beautiful bullish move. Ideally, you want these blue and orange lines to get past this zero line right here to really start getting bullish overall. But even now, just seeing the spread amongst the blue line and orange line, beautiful, beautiful spread right away. It just shows we have nice bullish convergence going on, or overall, nice bullish moves happening. A 52% increase in just 17 days on the PulseChain side. Beautiful to see the green candles, folks. It really, really is. And it doesn't have to stop. You've seen these moves happen many times in the past, followed by some sell-offs. Ideally, we want to actually really start breaking out of these levels, get past some of these previous resistances that we know we've been met with, all of these levels up here, all of these levels up here, to really start getting bullish overall. But neither here nor there. It's beautiful to see the overall chart and just checking it out as it stands as of the last few days. Now, again, on the weekly, looking pretty damn good. Even on the candle wicks, bigger candle wicks toward the bottom, very bullish, which seems we have tried this in the past. We haven't really had that full month close just yet at this point in time. We got a few more candles going on, but this is a very good bullish engulfing candle on the monthly pattern. Very, very bullish candle happening right now, as a matter of fact, for this particular. It's a bullish engulfing candle. And ideally, if it gets that, I mean, it just starts smashing through many different levels. You can see what happens when it does a bullish engulfing over here. And then what actually tend to happen, guess when? January of 2024. Guess where we're going after Q1? January of 2025. You know what I mean? So this has tended to be a very good bullish time in terms of what we're looking at on the PulseChain ecosystem right now. I'm just sharing this so that way everyone can kind of get a pretty good understanding as to what's going on and what I see happening even on the most recent times of everything going on. Checking on this one, just a quick little fib, trim base fib extension, the little local high to local low to, again, where we currently are right now, right here. These are probably going to be some levels that we're going to be met with overall for some resistance levels. So just keep these numbers in mind. If we do end up going back down toward resistance, or if we end up going back up, levels of resistance, 4052, 4057, and again, 406. Ideally, we can get past this 618, 4065, and then it's just kind of like off to the races from there. 786 is also a strong contender, but again, where we could be seeing going forward, we'll be looking at the 3011, breaking us above sack phase possibly by the end of Q4. Ideally, that would be very bullish, checking it out to have a nice end of year. I see some people talking about possibly getting there by the end of October. To each their own. We've seen crazier things happen, so I'm not going to say it's not possible by any means, because again, even from here to get back up to this 1618, it's only 136% move, and we've seen these moves happen within the span of 10 days or less. 144%. Let me just 100. Yeah, that's it, right? 139. So we've seen these moves happen where it can do a nice 140% move in just a week. You can see this happen right here, 195% in the span of 7 days. So it is likely, or it is very possible, because crypto is a wild freaking roller coaster, man. And so to everyone who's been waiting patiently, congratulations. To everyone who's been buying the dip, congratulations. Enjoy the green candles, man. Celebrate the wins. Have a good profit-taking strategy in place if you don't already have one. So when things start going absolutely bonkers, you already kind of have a plan in place of what you're going to do. Looking at PulseX, similar chart right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful candles overall. Even right here on this is already on the weekly. So it's already nice and bullish engulfing candle right here on this green candle, followed by another nice green candle wick pushing the price even further up. And it seems that the momentum tends to not really want to stop. October has been in the past very bullish for PulseChain. Granted, we only have a year of data for it, so you can just look back and say Q4 has actually been very bullish in PulseChain as well. So I just wanted to share that with anyone who is possibly wanting to, make a move, make something happen. And again, let's just kind of pull up some chat. We'll go back in, just have some fun, guys. Today's just a fun, chill, market pulse type deal. We're just enjoying each other's company today, guys. We're enjoying each other's company. But again, been here since day one. Ain't switched the script up on anyone at this point in time. I still believe that you should just be holding the 4 key tickers: Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Hex on PulseChain. Earn some ink by getting some yield farms going as well. Get crazy with it if you want to. Don't get crazy with it if you don't want to. If you don't understand and you don't want to take a risk for impermanent loss, that is perfectly fine too, because these numbers can get pretty damn stupid. In fact, I just recently did a little price prediction with all the Patreon peeps as well. And y'all have heard some of my price predictions in the past, but you know, neither here nor there. We're just going to have to see how it ends up all playing out. But if you even just cut my numbers in half, they're still pretty damn freaking juicy. So we got AFAM in the house. Well. What do we have here? What's up, Alan? How you doing, AFAM? Smash the like and subscribe. Crypto Jake, thank you so much. Buying dips and waiting patiently is the name of the game, 100%. Wow. Rocket Mob says, or MOB. Over the last 3 years, we've been watching a circus unfolds. Facts, dude. Optimality is 100% correct. You know, people that once thought, you know, and once preached certain things. I've said this in the past as well, kind of in a small part of me wishes that PulseChain had never launched in the first place, because Hex was a phenomenal token, still is a phenomenal token, but it definitely got torn apart by all of the new things that have been launched, new communities that have gone out, and who knows what would have been with Hex if PulseChain had never been launched. But that's neither here nor there. PulseChain is here. We got all the tokens copied over, so congrats to that. To everyone who's holding over on Ethereum, all of your tokens were copied over on May 12th of 2023. If you were holding anything on the Ethereum network, they're over sitting there for the PulseChain network as well. So congratulations to that free airdrop right there. It's the largest free airdrop. But yeah, dude, watching the last 3 years, woo-wee, you've seen some people flip script real quick, man. And it's what it is, man. The bear market is brutal, y'all. Bear market is brutal. It has been a crazy time. Definitely took longer than a lot of people expected, myself included. You know, I've been one of the people preaching that we'd see 10x on PulseChain when it launched, and obviously we haven't even gotten close to a 10x on PulseChain at this point in time. So even getting back up to its previous all-time high will give us that 10x from the all-time low type deal. So keep that in mind. But you know, that's when you start getting into, if you took advantage of the prices at those lows, you're looking at some pretty damn good returns as well. 50x, 100x, possibly even 500x or more. So keep that in mind. Lower your average, like diabetics lower their blood pressure. Facts on facts. Feeling strong, feeling strong to have stuck to the plan and be able to chill, watch prices start to rise. Thanks for all the help. Of course, man. Welcome as well, dude. At the end of the day, you got to be responsible, man. Like, it's easy for me to come up here and share all the information and, you know, remain strong and keep strong in conviction myself and all that good stuff. But you got to be the one who actually holds that conviction yourself, because I know it's not easy in some cases, man. Family, friends, and other acquaintances that you may have met with along the way, you know, they start looking at you like a little bit sideways, right? It's like, is this really what we should be doing? You said by May of 23. Now it's May of 24. Now it's May of 25. You sure? And you know, yeah, it's just a crazy conviction that you end up having overall, right? That's kind of how strong are your convictions, right? That's what it ends up coming down to at the end of the day, folks. Fortune favors the bold, and it is for those who dare to believe in the luck of their convictions, right? Crypto follows a pretty good 4-year cycle, as a matter of fact. You know, looking at everything as it stands right here, it's a pretty wild time just checking it all out, right? Crypto does a pretty damn good job following a 4-year cycle, so keep that in mind. If y'all haven't actually seen some of this as well, let me just kind of run this up too to check it out. But here we go. Let me just pull it up over here. 4-year cycle in crypto. Oh, hold up. Oh, I have to get an API key. Interesting. All right. Well, I don't have that currently at this point in time, so I guess it is what it is. But let me see if I can possibly log in to get one real fast. 1 second while I do that. And in the meantime, go through some chats some more as well. We got Bobsled in the house. Hello, folks. It's still holding and waiting. Absolutely. What music should we be putting on today, man? You know what? Let me actually pop on this real quick, and I'll be right back.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Saturday, Sunday. You don't got your boyfriend and put me at the hotel room. You keep with your girlfriend and meet me at the hotel room. You don't got your boyfriend and put me at the hotel room. You keep with your girlfriends and meet me at the hotel room. What? It's Friday then. What? It's Friday then. You guys hear that? Saturday, Sunday, what? Meet me at the hotel room. It's Friday then. What? It's Friday then. What? It's Friday then. Intense. It's Friday then. Saturday, Sunday, what?
Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let me actually play some music in the background real quick. I forgot to do that earlier, but neither here nor there. All is good. All is good. So, this is a quick reminder to everyone who is just kind of curious as to how the cycle tends to work on a crypto 4-year cycle, folks. So, if you're kind of curious as to what you can expect, you get the 4-year cycle overview, of course, a quick little explanation of it all, historical patterns, all that good stuff. You get a pre-halving accumulation phase, which is the first indicators of where everything starts going. People anticipate what's going to be happening. You do some sell-offs and all that. Tends to be a little bit lower volume, overall volatility. And again, that's where accumulation starts happening with addresses. The post-halving initial rally, we've seen what happens there. You got a slight little pullback, but with our tokens in particular, we actually ended up doing the rally slightly before the Bitcoin halving, which is crazy. Then we've been trying to actually get back up to those items as well. Massive media coverage overall, and this is where people really started talking about Bitcoin because, again, 74,000 was already hit at this point in time. Then you get altcoin season, boys and gals, and this is when shit gets crazy. Altcoin season is what it's about with crypto, and that's why most people are in crypto. That's when ETH starts pumping. That's when all the meme coins start pumping. What's funny is you can actually close your eyes, throw a dart, and get a 10x. That is altcoin season right there. That is how it works. You can literally have a board of cryptos, and it just has a plethora of them. So many out there that you can literally close your eyes, throw a dart, buy whatever you want in there, and get a 10x in that sucker. Now, if you can cash out or if you can hold on to it or whatever, and how long it stays, completely different story. But alt season gets absolutely wild. It's where everything starts outperforming Bitcoin. You get higher returns compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance has already reached that peak at that point in time, and everything starts rotating back into alt season. We've seen this already just moments ago. You get into that euphoria phase, folks, and this is where I want to make sure that everyone's already prepared, because euphoria is real. If y'all felt it in Hex, you got to see I was doubling every 40 days, man. I would put a paycheck in, and 40 days later, you doubled that sucker. And that was that euphoria phase kicking in right there. You got FOMO happening. I don't want to miss out. I don't want to do this. This is when retail investors really start buying in. It's typically a 3-cycle wave of doing it. Y'all are already early for those of y'all who sacrificed for PulseChain and for PulseX. but many people actually didn't even get a chance to that. Some people actually got better deals than the people who sacrificed because they've been buying at these prices and we've been at these levels for so long. However, there's gonna be a point in time where shit just goes parabolic all of a sudden. It just goes like do, and it just fucking shoots up. That's when markets get wild. Then you show signs of overheating. This is going to be those little top signals at this point in time. People are doing leverage. Media is talking about everything. Every token's gone up and done a 10x. You know, the hacks get larger as well. So you're going to see some crazy hacks. If you thought hacks were bad now, wait until you see some crazy hacks come forward in the future. Then you actually hit that market top. And this is at where everything just kind of starts fizzling out, folks. This is that everything's good. We're going to double once again as well. This is this is how it works, man. If people end up getting into this phase where you hit the market top and they think it's going to do another 2 to 3x from here, this is the signs that you're pretty much going to be hitting those points in time. Like, let's say Bitcoin reaches $200,000 or $240,000 as an example. Well, you're going to see people talking about $1 million Bitcoin. This is how it works, man. It works the same way every single time. Smart money starts exiting the positions. Many people are going to start selling off. They're going to either put it into a liquidity to start selling it that way, or they're just going to be taking profits along the way, because guess what? If you didn't wait to take profits, the market will take your profits for you, and you'll be holding round trip once again on a normal trend and cycle. Then you go into a bear market onset. That's, of course, when things have done what they always do. The bear market sits, you get an initial decline, you get some people to start buying those dips thinking we're going up again, we're going up again. And then we've seen what happens, because it's been the same 4-year cycle every single time since Bitcoin has been out since 2009, hitting the bull market top in 2013, hitting the bull market top in 2017, hitting the bull market top in 2021, and I'm anticipating hitting a bull market top in 2025 as well, followed by a bear market, folks. Now, whether the bear market actually is happening in March of 2025, May of 2025, November of 2025, I don't exactly know that for certain right now, but November has tended to be a pretty good point in time to be paying attention. So if y'all haven't taken profits along the way, y'all better have a plan in place, because that bear market will be brutal and it lasts a hell of a long time. We've already seen what it can do to the PulseChain Hex ecosystem and all the people who were once, you know, rich, retired, and all that good stuff. And now they're sitting down, scraping by, trying to do what they can to sell whatever they can, creating their own tokens, creating their own NFTs, creating their own stuff just to not have to go back to get a job again. All the stuff happens over and over and over, and the bear market is brutal, y'all. This can actually be an extended period of time, I do mean extended. It doesn't just last 200 days and it's over. This sucker clearly lasts years. So if you didn't plan properly, you're going to be feeling the pain at that point in time. And then you go back into that same accumulation recovery phase, followed by the 4-year cycle once again. Pre-accumulation, post-accumulation, or post-halving, all season. And again, it just rinses and repeats over and over and over again. So I put this little chart together for y'all to actually see how that tends to work. Again, previous cycles have actually been 2013, 17, 21. Guess what? It's looking like 25 is going to be pretty damn bullish too. So keep that in mind on everything that you're seeing for these charts, folks. It's just a simple way of getting it done. But damn, if you are not ready for it, again, the market will take your profit from you. And that's why a lot of people are scared to stake Hex, because they got to see their Hex turn into thousands, into millions, and then they watched it go back down to thousands. And that's brutal to watch your portfolio go from that size to this size, which is again pretty damn wild. And then to actually be like, oh, I'm not staking this time, that's absolutely foolish in my opinion. I still stake every single chance I can. You build up a nice position, you stake that sucker 55, and you move on with life, man. At this point in time, if Hex goes off to do some crazy shit in 25, 26, guess what? You have stakes it in during those time frames to plan accordingly, so that way you can hopefully take some profits around that time through a staking ladder. Again, if you don't, stake long first, go backwards, fill it in. Go out 15 years, then do 10, then do 5, then do 1 maybe, if you're just trying to catch the top of what could be this cycle, but always go long first. Get that mentality right in your head. I've had so many friends thank me at this point in time, all the people that I got in, for how I was able to actually change their minds. And folks, I do believe that it changed my mind, right? Was it a factor of me stopping drinking? Was it a factor of me stopping smoking cigarettes? I have to assume yes, because my mindset changed, man. The mentality I once had, which is a very short-term mindset, in all reality, like, yeah, you have some long-term purchases and stuff I was doing to be doing into the, I'm going to retire by the time I'm 60 years old type deal. That's long-term vision. But damn, that's stuff like 401ks, IRAs, all that good stuff, right? Those are all those items over there. X allowed me to open up the mindset to say, dude, if I'm willing to fucking put money every single paycheck into something that I can't even take out until I'm 59 and a half years old or 65 years old, what do I need to do that for whenever I can stake 15 years and it's still half the time I would be waiting for my 401k? That switched my mentality right away, and it actually helped me significantly. Weight lifted off my shoulder, a whole bunch of other stuff. Now, crypto brings its own level of stress, man. I definitely cannot disagree with that at all. But folks, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All-time high can be a single monthly candle. Don't fade it. It can be fast, man. It can be like, what? It shows up and it disappears. So if you don't have a plan in place to take profits accordingly, whether it be portfolio dollar size amounts or whether it be on certain capital of doubles or triples or 10x's or 50x's or whatever that number is, again, the market will take the profit from you. So keep that in mind. Don't let greed stop you from being able to live your best life, even if you don't necessarily get a chance to retire this cycle because of whatever reason. Didn't put in enough, didn't do anything crazy, you didn't lower your average, so you only got a 20x instead of seeing a 100x or whatever. Any of that's potentially possible, even 1000x, right? Any of that's potentially possible as well. Keeping all that in mind, you still can change a nice little bit of your life, man. You can live a lot more comfortable life. You don't have to just be able to quit, retire, and do all that stuff. You can actually go be able to pay bills, travel, take vacation, take a month off, go stay in Europe for a month. All those things as well can start happening overall. I got some robots in the house for the EDM, I assume, at this point in time. X Bay, what up, ATX? How you doing, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Keep it tight. Don't get scammed, man. Don't get scammed, man. I'm trying to do it the way Crypto Wonder does it because it's comical. Don't get scammed, man. Stake and chill. Checks my pulse is 100% right. Stake and chill at this point in time, y'all. Stake and chill. Red Squirrel in the house. Oi, oi. Yes, sir. Hex on time. What up? What up? People fudding 55 is crazy. Yeah, I mean, the people fading it, there are several of the people who once were big proponents of it. And again, they felt like they got burned and that, they're not going to get caught off sides again with that mistake because, again, they got to see thousands turn into millions and they didn't want to end their stakes because of the penalty that would be incurred and accrued. But if you set up a nice ladder at this point in time, you can get the benefits of 55. You can get the benefits of the short-term returns or short time returns, and again, just a nice easy way of doing it. Stake once a year, so you have some money coming out, whether it be doing it 25 and just doing bull cycles, 29, 33, that kind of stuff, or you start setting up a little bit different as well, where it just makes sense. If you got a life event coming up, your daughter's going to be getting a car, your son's going to be getting a car, going off to college, you want to be getting married, you want to take a vacation, plan around those anniversaries, all that good stuff, man. Set up a good ladder that works for you. Make it a reason as to why you're staking in the first place so you can actually commit to continue the stake, because there's no point in exiting and ending that stake early. Stake and chill is 100% the way to do it. El Sizzle says, sell the sizzle, not the stake. 100%. Flooded themselves out of their future. Sure did, man. Sure did. Right? It's one of those situations like, hey, dude, they're going to make some money. They're going to be able to turn, those millions back in. But what could potentially be in the future versus how much additional hex you would accrue because you were staked out 55. It gets pretty damn wild, y'all. I know I've pulled this up before as well, but just pulling up like hexcalc.net is one website that you can go to just kind of see it. Stakehex.today is another one that you can kind of see how this could end up playing out. But let's just say for S's and G's, you got yourself a million hex at this point in time because of the prices and the way they've been. and you go out 55. At this point in time, even at just 7 hex per T-share per day, just 7 hex per T-share, which that number is going to also continue to increase, but just 7 hex per T-share per day, your million hex turns into 4.2 million hex. Wild. So even if, as it stands right now, if current prices remain where they are 15 years from now, you still turned $8,000 into $42,000. Now, in crypto terms, that's not crazy. I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? I see what you're saying. But in the grand scheme of banking wise, for 15 years to turn, a nice 5x profit on your overall investment, where on average you get 8% a year in the stock market, that's pretty damn good, y'all. That's at current prices today. And again, we've seen some numbers play out before, but let's just say for S's and G's, because why not? S's and G's say we just reached 10 cents in 15 years. That's all that it did. That's all that Hex ever got to. Still turned $8,000 into $500,000 in 15 years. Are you kidding me? 55, y'all. Just do one. Send it out long. You're going to thank yourself when the time comes. Set yourself up a ladder so that way you don't beat yourself up, because God forbid you set up a 15-year stake and that's all the stake that you did. And then you got to see this. For example, we see it in the next year reach 50 cents, and all of a sudden, this 1 million hex for S's and G's, well, I guess it would just be 500,000 at that point in time, right? At that point in time, pretty easy math overall. But that 500,000, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so much money, and I have it staked 55. What was I thinking? Why would I do that? I need to end my stake early, and then you just fucking wreck yourself. You lose, you pay a whole bunch of penalties. It's just not worth it, guys. It's really not worth it, especially if you do a 55 stake now and you only stake out for 1 year, because that's pretty much going to be like near the top of the bull market. So if we reach 50 cents by this point in time next year, for example, and you watch that $8,000 turn into $500,000, some people are gonna beat themselves up. That's why you don't just send out one fucking stake for 15 years. You set up a ladder in that situation, or you have multiple tokens. So it's not just relying on Hex doing what it does. You buy yourself some Pulse, you get yourself some PulseX, you get yourself some Ink token. You hold on to those tokens so that way as prices increase, they don't have a staking mechanism. So kind of interesting. Yeah, something like 8 T-shares in 15 years, you are a shark. Facts, man. Facts on facts. My future self is greedy as fuck. I'm jealous of his T-shares. Optimality, I feel you, man. There was a point in time where, your goal was 100 T-shares. And that was like, I remember that being a goal back in 2021 whenever I first got in, to hear 100 T-shares. And you're like, holy shit, if only I could have 100 T-shares. If only I could. And it cost way less back then too. But you can imagine the price being 50 cents per hex, or even 30 cents per hex. Guys, to have a million hex, you would be sitting on $300,000 at that point in time at 30 cents, right? And so it wasn't like I can just come up with a million hex all of a sudden to get myself 100 T-shares and all this stuff. This is how it all worked. And you're like, this is almost an impossible goal. And now, because prices have been low enough for this point in time, congratulations, you should have been able to accumulate a hell of a lot more T-shares at this point in time. Because again, for my Hex, dude, I keep it staked. My Hex is my long-term play. I got staking ladders that go out. Let's talk about this for 2 seconds. 1 billion Pulse at 1,000x. Imagine Hex at that price. Damn. Guys, take crypto seriously. Take security seriously. Take all this seriously. Because the numbers, while they seem crazy, people have seen them happen. People have had a chance to experience them happen. One of the best things you can do for security for yourself is to separate your funds into at least 2 different wallets. Unfortunately, it happens all the time where someone gets you to give up your tokens somehow, some way. And once that wallet is compromised, there's nothing you can do. Nothing. The tokens, the money, all of it, just gone, wiped out. Years of work, gone. What you can do for yourself is to separate the funds into at least 2 different wallets. Have a backup of your crypto. have a backup of your stakes. Like, who cares if you have one stake that's earning 40 or 81 T shares if you have two stakes that are earning 40 T shares apiece? Who cares? They still earn the exact same amount of hex per day. Not like anything's different. So if you have it and you're gonna stake it out for 15 years, make another stake, separate it inside a separate wallet, separate seed phrase wallet that says, I'm gonna go 1,000,000 hex here. I'm gonna do 500,000 hex here. I'm gonna do 500,000 hex here. I'm gonna send that sucker out 15 years, and then I will just wait and see. Because God forbid, 15 years is a long freaking time, man. It's a long time in crypto. It's a fucking long time in crypto. But in real life, it's not that long. But in crypto, you wait that long for your payout to be able to come due. You want to reap the reward of it. You don't want to be effed and screwed because you put it all in one stake. Send it out. Split it in two different wallets. That doesn't just go from staking your hex. That goes from your tokens as well. You're sitting on 1 billion PulseChain tokens. Cool. It looks good sitting in one wallet. You reach 1 billion PulseChain tokens. Congratulations. Split that fucker up into two different wallets. 500 million in here, 500 million in here. In the off chance one of them gets fucking hacked, one of them gets screwed, one of them gets compromised, one of them gets jeopardized, you have a backup. Because there will be a point in time where getting 500 million pulse is going to be so freaking difficult to attain. Getting 1 billion pulse is going to be so difficult to attain. Dude, let's fun numbers over here. 1 billion pulse, even at 1/10 of a penny, is $1 million. So if PulseChain, PulseChain reaches 1/10 of a penny, 0.001, that's $1 million it would cost you to be able to accumulate a billion pulse again. And when do you get screwed and when do you get jeopardized? Man, I hope it's not a hard learning lesson for anyone. Money can always be made up again. That's something you're going to have to grit your teeth and just put your head back down and start grinding again. The grind doesn't end at that point in time. It still commences. But there will be a point in time, folks, where these numbers that we're looking at today no longer come back into the picture at all. I think eHex is one of the best charts in terms of the RH ecosystem to be seeing some of this stuff. Now, again, so many people weren't around back when Hex first launched, myself included. I wasn't around. But if you look at the chart from when it first launched and where it currently is right now, where you're going to see some things, right? You're going to actually see some people are still in a lot of profit right now. Like if you bought this local dip down here, you're still up on this one, 150x, 160x. That's pretty damn good. Even after all the dips and everything, if you got anywhere down here, let's just say you bought in, 3 zeros and a 2.7, you're still up 9x at that point in time. I'm not saying that's like the craziest gain and all, but like these prices should never be seen again. And that's kind of what I can expect and anticipate when you look at some of these charts over here for PulseChain, for PulseX. When you look at some of these charts right here, you look at them and you say, I don't think we're ever going to see these prices again whenever we actually reach into the actual bull market, y'all. There will be a point in time where these numbers are no longer attainable. These numbers are going to look small, just like you saw on the Hex chart moments ago. You're going to pull it up on the monthly right here. And you're going to be looking at this chart, and it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this. Which, by the way, if y'all haven't seen it, is my target for PulseX right here. Boom. But neither here nor there. It's going to look like this, and these numbers will no longer be attained. Even if we reach my target over here, going down 98%, 99%, these prices still never get hit right now from my target price. So keep that in mind, y'all. Take advantage of what you can while you can, right? Is that not the purpose of being able to be available to know about this stuff before everyone else does? Is that not one of the main benefits that you get right away from it? Exactly. We haven't even hit sack price levels yet. Exactly. We're still below SAC on PulseChain. We're still below SAC on PulseX. Right? We still need to get another 2x to get back to SAC for PulseChain. You need 4x to get back to SAC for PulseX. Congrats. Congrats, man. Congratulations. Keep backups 100%. Dude, absolutely. Left House Crypto in the house. What's up, my friend? The ATX spitting it. Appreciate that, my friend. Rick's in the house. What's up? What's up? Bro, speaking of backup, I likely just corrupted a bunch of my non-EVM private keys on my SSD. No. That's a rip for sure. That's a rip for sure, man. That's brutal. Ouch. 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 Oh shit, guys, another key concept of a backup. It doesn't just come from crypto, and it doesn't come from just separating funds. It comes from keeping a backup of your seed words too. Surprisingly enough, I know that's a crazy thing to fathom. Making 2 to 3 copies of your seed phrase? What? But it's one of the best things you can possibly do for yourself, because if something like this was to ever happen, you don't know what's going to happen, man. That's what I'm saying. 15 years in crypto is a long freaking time. You never know what's going to happen. And people are getting better and better and better at phishing. People are getting better and better at scamming. And they pull on your emotional fucking heartstrings, and most times at your most vulnerable point of attack. And then they get you. And then from there, when they get you, it's just like, well, shit. Well, shit. So again, keep your backups of your seed phrase too. There is no harm and no foul in making backups of your seed phrase to just have in the off chance something happens, man. I don't know what it is. We can't predict what's going to fucking happen going forward in the future as to why you're going to lose something. But life is full of unexpected twists and turns. And if you happen to be moving because you significantly experienced a mass level of wealth and you are moving, and while in transition of moving, you just lose your seed phrase or so. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it's going to be. But if you don't at least have a backup of it, oof. Oof. Jamming out today right here. Put those 2 seed phrases in different safes too. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too. Yeah, it's 100%. Like, that's part of, like, right, not stored all in one location. Seems pretty obvious, but some people trust banks to do safety deposit boxes. Some people trust family to hold on to a portion of them, like Vitalik does. Everyone's got their own method and madness as to how they plan on actually keeping a backup of it, and there's no harm and foul in doing such things, right? Whether it be like a PO box or a safety deposit box or whatever the fuck it is for you, man. There's no harm in just kind of having a backup of it that makes sense for you, especially if you do own multiple properties. Maybe you have one half of the tokens or seed phrase at one property and the other half at another property. I don't know what it is, man, but find a way to make it make sense for you. And make it damn near impossible, because take security seriously, man. We can turn a little bit of time into a lot of time. A little bit of money into a lot of money is what I meant to say. I got distracted. Yeah, it's a long time, but that's like 4 or 5 cycles. Could you imagine doing that in Bitcoin in 08? Yeah, dude. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. It is, man. Imagine all the people who had Bitcoin seed phrases back then and all the access to them. I mean, you see it today, where I think there was a fun video where someone had like finally discovered the Bitcoin wallet that they had lost a long time ago. And they just haven't done anything with it for so long. They had forgot how to transfer. And so they look up a video on how to transfer, and it has them go through all the steps, and they're just clicking through the steps as it's happening of how to transfer. And then right at the end, he goes, wait, before you do it. And he's already sent it off. He goes, wait, before you do it, make sure you copy the entire address. And he's missing one address, one letter in the address. And then all the time and effort of all the stuff that you had once bought is fucking gone. Because when you send something in crypto, boys and gals, it gone. It don't come back, man. There's no undo button. There's no one that you can call. There's no one that you can reach out to. Customer service does not exist in crypto. Please keep that in mind. There is no such thing as customer service in crypto. If someone's pretending to be customer service, they're most likely are out to get you. Next one, Pulse says, people can't comprehend how high the price of Hex can go. We don't need any of those MFers. Yeah. Facts. Yeah, it was called the adoption amplifier whenever Hex was first around, for sure. Yeah, you would trade up some ETH and get some Hex for it and all that good stuff. And it was for the first year Hex was around and all that good stuff. That doesn't exist anymore. There was also a big payday for anyone who was available before November of 2020. The 365 year day mark, pretty much the big payday, right? And they got to essentially get triple their amount of Hex, all that good stuff. So it is what it is, man. No looking back. And you can always look back and be like, I wish I would have, I wish I could have. Well, what are you gonna do now that you are here, right? Like, at this point in time, I've ran through some of the numbers of what you can look at as well. Just, a billion pulse, even just reaching 1/10 of a penny, which from today's prices as well. Let's just kind of run through some fun numbers over here. 1/10 of a penny divided by 0.0000466 is a nice 21x gain right there. Now, again, I'm not saying that's all that's going to happen. But a 10x gain in crypto is damn good, folks. A 20x gain in crypto is even better. A 50x gain in crypto, shoot, you fucking licking your chops up at this point in time. 100x in crypto, you're over here fucking all the juice and all the sauce and everything that they got. You licking your freaking fingertips and everything off that sucker. That's 100x in crypto, man. I can't even imagine anyone who got a chance to experience 1,000x in crypto, dude. That's just so unfathomable, right? That's just one of those numbers where you're like, wait, you're telling me you put in $100 into this sucker and now you got $100,000, or you put in $1,000 into this sucker and now you got $1 million? That's 1,000x in crypto, and that number is just like blows my effing mind. But even now, dude, to see a gain turn, because right now a billion PulseChain right now at today's current prices costs you roughly about $46,000, and to see that turn into $1 million with a 24x gain at $1.1 million, that's pretty fucking good, man. That's pretty good. And if you're telling me you had to wait 4 years for that, whoops. Just do $1.1 million divided by 4. That means you had an average salary, if you will, of $275,000 per year. Crazy, y'all. Crazy. 1 second. No, well, let's pull it up again. Well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again, right? Why not? Why not, right? Why not? Let's hit them with it, y'all.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's live again, 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 it's Saturday, Sunday.
And meet me at the hotel room.
It's Friday then.
What?
It's Friday then.
What?
It's Friday then.
You can see it! And meet me at the hotel room.
It's Friday then. What?
shit!
Fun. All right, guys. Well, what y'all got to talk about? What y'all got going on? What's happening? Let me just check something out real quick as well. Dude, these fucking candles are looking good. These candles are looking juicy. Love seeing the green candles, man. It makes everything just so much better as well. Seeing a nice little 2x move. Talking about Hex over here earlier. We talked about what that looked like on the actual chart. This is what it looks like on the actual chart. A beautiful 2x move, 135% gain in 7 days. If you break this down on the interval as well, you can see these moves happen super fast, but even over the span of 12 days as well, 135% gain, 2x in 12 days. I'll take that all day, man. I'll take that all day. Guys, these moves happen super fast. I mean, we've seen these time and time again, but guess when it gets really bullish for the Hex PulseChain ecosystem, y'all? It gets really bullish come October. We've seen this as well in the past, right? Here's another indicator of what went down in October. We got to see somewhat of a sideways move in September, but October, we got to see a beautiful almost 172% gain in just 8 days alone, followed by a beautiful return in January, where you actually saw a 202% return in 11 days. Guys, these moves happen so fast, right? We've already seen in this case a nice 135% move in 12 days. This is just kind of where things start kicking off, man. This is Hex over on PulseChain as well, boys and gals. Hex on PulseChain is looking damn good. If you were to break this down on like an Elliott wave type pattern, I don't really think this is necessarily playing out exactly like this right here, but look at what this is shaping up. You got the 1, you got the 2 correction, potentially 3 going up here with a little bit of a pullback going here, and that nice little 5 wave getting us above a penny at that point in time for where we're actually looking over here on Hex on PulseChain. This could be beautiful if it plays out exactly like this. And this Elliott wave is looking pretty damn juicy. We broke through the 618, we broke through the 786, and now we're just cruising, man. Now we're absolutely cruising. We're cruising. That's Hex over on PulseChain. Hex over on Ethereum looking just as juicy and delicious as well. This has done another beautiful wave. Checking it all out, seeing how you can actually see all this play out. A beautiful first wave actually hitting all the way up here with a nice pullback, potentially reaching into the higher echelons of where we're actually getting into for a third wave, which would actually be typically a bigger impulse wave as well. So if we were to actually kick this off just a little bit, potentially looking at 2 zeros and a 4, getting a nice little pullback, potentially retesting some of these prices over here, maybe even higher, and then getting into that 5th wave situation where you kind of get that nice little end top rally type deal. Guess what? Going into October, where things have tended to be pretty damn bullish overall, y'all. So checking it all out, man. These are beautiful things, man. Whenever I'm looking at all of it, looking at the market cipher and what it's showing right now, man, it's looking good, y'all. It's looking real good. Okay, so keeping all that in mind, that's Hex over on the both chains, with the Ink token performing just like all the rest of them right here as well. It just broke through many levels of resistance that it had been holding back at for quite some time. It got stuck at $1.61 multiple times. It then finally broke through the $1.72 mark, using it as a level of support. Bounced off it as support, broke through the next line of resistance at $1.84, breaking through the next line of resistance at $2.25. And if it does want to come back down, now we're starting to retest these 618 levels, 786 levels. This is kind of where I'm seeing some prices potentially going to. Potentially going to be meeting some resistance as well. So $2.80, might as well just draw a little line right here. That's kind of where I'm seeing that next level of resistance to kind of come back down to. And if it wants to keep on pushing through, then just keep on doing you, boo-boo. Just keep on doing you, boo-boo. And again, looking at the Impulse MACD on all these charts, they're doing a beautiful bullish move as well. Really, you want to start seeing these blue lines get above the 0 line right here for the moving average convergence divergence type deal. But dude, looking really damn juicy, y'all. Looking really damn juicy overall. So I hope that helps everyone to at least see what I see. And maybe if you don't and you disagree, or maybe if you have other price predictions as well, drop them down in the comments. Drop them down in the comments below. Here we go. Had enough liquid at the top to trade for a new truck and motorcycle though. Facts, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, multiple people were right there as well. Stake 1 million hex for a year and you got 200,000 APY at $1. Damn. Damn. Let me go back out to where we actually were. Pulse was different. The public rushed Richard and he couldn't launch at the bottom like we did with Hex. I know. He kept on the 2 extra weeks, man. It just got to the point where he's like, fuck it. I'll just launch it. May, here we go, 2023, let's just launch it. And so he didn't get to time the exact bottom, which is why a lot of people in Hex, when Hex first launched, they didn't get a chance to really experience the levels of pain that anyone who sacrificed for PulseChain got to see, right? Like, imagine you bought back in during the Hex phase. Now, granted, Hex also was announced in 2018, and it took damn near 2 years for it to finally come into fruition, for it to finally come into existence. And then it showed up in 2019 to begin what it did. But that was right before where the market really started kicking off. Again, January, we've seen how January has performed multiple times. I've already pulled it up a few different times on this stream. But January, March, April, they tend to be pretty damn bullish for crypto. And from there, they already got to see a 100x gain in 121 days, right? So like, you had to wait a little bit, sure, okay, yeah, and then price went sideways for a while, boo-hoo, right? Yeah, I mean, like, they didn't really have to fucking wait because price didn't go back down. Like, yeah, it went down, don't get me wrong, 68% here. Yes, it went down after this candle dip, which a lot of people will kind of pull up, 84% here, but that was recovered back by next month. We're talking years we've been waiting on PulseChain. So people that got into Hex in the early stage, it's not even close to the level of conviction, level of pain, level of commitment that you've seen from people in PulseChain, PulseX, and of course, since Sacrifice as well. Because guys, you have to understand, they didn't have to do, like, if you bought here March 2020, you were basically up your money during the entire time you did the pullbacks. 8x your money. That's pretty damn good. 7x, 8x your money. And then when it really started to kick off, right, guess what? March of 2021, shit went fucking stupid crazy, right? If you really want to get technical with it, it really started in December, but neither here nor there. February, well, let's just pull it up. You got to see a nice 67% gain, or 67x move, 68x. They didn't have to wait. They just didn't. Their longest time waiting was basically right here, 214 days. That was like the longest time waiting. Or you pull up a current chart of PulseChain, I mean, this is kind of what it's been. We're now going on 489 days, and it hasn't reached back up to SAC right here. Just saying. I'm just saying. This shit's different. It's not the same. You and me are not the same. My level of conviction is 100 times stronger than yours. All I'm saying, the people who got into Hex as the second generation of Hexicans, as they're called, as myself refer to them as, I think their conviction's even fucking stronger than the OG Hexicans. Personally, just my thought. Yeah, I wrote it all the way back down to 3K again because I was staked. Won't do that again. Yeah, dude, I get you, man. I 100% get you. You know, that's how it goes, though, Robert. It's definitely how it goes. That's what I'm saying. You round trip and you make that happen. You know, stake 1 million hex for a year. We just talked about that. Incredible times ahead. Will be amazing to experience with all of y'all. Facts. Had enough liquid at the top to trade. Congrats. Hex silver. Oh, there you go. Congrats on that. Not sure. Whatever. Reminder. There will be 5 to 6 80% dips on the way up. Facts. Take profits and use those profits to buy the dip. Buy the up and dip. Finally got a new cord for MacBook. Back to working on hot crypto tracks to roll out. That's awesome, man. Congrats. Got me dancing now. Fuck. Lol. PulseX chart looking perfect too. It really is. Any suggestions on AI video generation, image generations? Yeah, I actually just got done. It's funny that you mentioned did a full stream on this for the Patreon peeps too, because they were kind of curious about similar situations as well. And I went through and did a full-on stream as to all the different image generations out there. But really, I mean, if you're just talking the simple generations that I would just say right from the get-go or right from the jump would be, let me just kind of go here. Leonardo.ai, Ideogram, and launch app. Let me make sure it doesn't pull up my login, that kind of stuff. You already know how it goes, man. Should be popping up all the time. It's like, oh, you want to log in? Here's all your emails. Fucking sharing screens. So if you're looking for words on your image generations, I would say right from the jump, Ideogram is going to probably be your best bet no matter what. Ideogram.ai, check it out. It actually has the ability to do a ton of different stuff, but you can see how good it does on words for the image generations. These are all public, so you can see what other people have done. If you have a pro membership, you can set them to private. It says fighter, tenacious, unyielding, battle hardened. Victory is for those who master. And you can see sometimes it'll still screw it up, but if you actually click it right now, if I was to go through all the different ones out there, I'm sure there's some that actually hit perfectly. Fighter, tenacious, unyielding, battle hardened. Victory is for those who master the battlefield, right? You can just pull up all the different styles. If you like some of these styles, you can actually use it and remix it. You can, of course, check out different stuff if you want to change the text. All that kind of stuff in here is actually done through Ideogram. Really cool stuff. They got a new one, which is Ideogram 2.0. So if you're looking to do some stuff, just make sure you're using Model 2.0, the latest one. And it does phenomenal with some image generations that you can see. As a matter of fact, you can probably end up seeing, I don't have it for this particular one, but you can definitely see some different items for my images. I don't think I've really created anything. Yeah, I haven't really done anything too crazy here. You know, I was just making some. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to make it so a thumbnail type deal, right? ATX crypto, all those different deals. But guys, you can make some really cool freaking images on here. Change it up for Hex, Bitcoin logos, Ethereum logos, all that kind of stuff, and just good stuff. Next one's gonna be, what the heck? Next one's going to be Leonardo.ai. There's a new mode called Ultra Mode. It does really crazy stuff, but I think this probably does one of the best things. It may not be the easier user-friendly versions because there's just multiple models, but it is a free version to use. You can get up to 150 credits per day. You can actually get really crazy with stuff that you're actually wanting to see. So you can just kind of make some images down here. Again, they're actually doing really good on words as well. If you use the Phoenix model, so Leonardo Phoenix is the model I would recommend using, and that way you can actually check it all out. But from here you have different designs, graphic design, cinematic, illustration, HDR, macro, all these different designs. Play around with it, man. Check it out. There's a ton of different ones out there, a ton of different models out there. Change out the aspect ratios, all that good stuff. This is probably my second favorite image generation right there. The next one's going to be playground.com/design. And what's really cool about this is you don't necessarily you can upgrade, you can start from your own design. Of course, you can actually upload your own image. It doesn't upload the exact image that you did, but if you're looking to change some text and you like the style of image that you have, you can upload an image and actually do it that way. It'll kind of do pretty damn close to it, but you see, like, this says a toast to your birthday. So if I really wanted to, whoops, that one's a premium one. You can know it's pro right here if you're wanting to know which ones you can do it for. But like, let's just say instead of this one, instead of the alligator, I can come in here and I can actually say change the alligator to panda, right? Something like that. And from here, I can actually click on over here. And again, this is pretty damn cool because it keeps the similar style. It makes the similar setup over here, so you can actually get, instead of an alligator, in a couple seconds it'll be a panda. And you know, again, you can just keep on applying different styles. If I don't like that one necessarily, I can actually switch it to this like cyber mosaic style type deal as well. You can change up the text. You can say, hey, you know, instead of saying well done, change the text to say happy birthday or something like that. Again, playground.com/design is where you're going to go for this particular one. and you can just see different styles of what you can get going over here. Pretty damn cool stuff. The video generations, I'm actually having a lot of fun with this particular one. It's called Hail UOAI, and I'm sure that's not how you properly pronounce it. It is a Chinese firm where you actually use a Chinese account, but you can actually go in here and make a whole bunch of different videos on here. Now, the downside to it is they're only going to last for roughly about 4 seconds in total, if I'm not mistaken. So if I was to come in here, and again, I don't know why it's not translating the page for me right now. I want to install translate the page. Where's my translate? Usually it doesn't auto translate. I don't know why it's not doing auto translate right now. But the cool part is in here, you can actually come in and actually see some of the designs you can do. Again, it makes quick 6-second clips. Does pretty damn good stuff overall for each one. You can actually see this camera panning toward the room, rapidly going to a Siamese cat type deal or whatever type of cat that is. Luxurious carpet, you know, all that good stuff. And it does a pretty damn good job. Now you do need to just you need to I'll put this one in the chat. You need to what am I trying to think of? You need to have a phone number. So if you wanted to, keep that in mind when you actually are going through and doing some of this stuff. That's how you can get it done here. What the heck? Hey. But yeah, you can definitely check that out. Runway.ml is going to be the other one. They actually just came out with Gen 3 as well. So runway.ml. Let me just real fast make sure it doesn't share my emails, dude. They be doing all sorts of stupid stuff whenever you just click on a new link and website that you haven't logged into in a while. So let me just do that real fast. Give me a second while I get logged in. And boom. This is probably going to be your most recent one in here. You can actually do generative videos, lip sync videos. You can actually erase and replace. You can do image generation or variation. You can do inpainting. You can blur faces. You can change up a whole bunch of different stuff. Runway.ml. They have a free version that you can use for multiple times. And you can actually make several different videos that are out there too. And yeah, you can make some text images, generative videos, all that good stuff, all that checking out. So hopefully that makes some sense to what you can get going as to some video options and some image generation options as well. And I don't know what in the heck is going on, but boy, oh boy, I just got stupid hot right now. Like stupid hot. Over here sweating, putting on a workout, man. This fucking music got me goddamn feeling like I'm just working out or something, man. Speaking of working out, I've been going to the gym lately, been enjoying life on the outside. Might see sacrifice in a couple days. Enjoy. DJ Dougie says bong bong, absolutely. Team RH, what's up? YouTube subscriber, YouTube member as well. Much love to you. Body F and dip, absolutely. Hexo tweeted the other day 3 years ago. This time Hexo did its all-time high. There you go, boom. ICP AI, that's another good one. Yep. I think that Hex cycle will take longer than typical because speculators aren't staking. People that learn to not stake will be selling on the way up. Yeah, again, I think Hex is going to have a harder time seeing some prices do some crazy things, but I do think price is going to get pretty damn crazy for Pulse and PulseX. So I've actually shared that with my Patreon peeps too. So the coin credit, I'm right there with you. While I think we may see 1000x from the bottom type deal, for example, we may only see 500x from the bottom with Hex. But anyways, oh yeah, Kling AI, yeah, dude, Kling AI is another great one. Fantastic point. Yeah, Kling also has image generation, and they also have a video generation for Kling.ai. Would highly advise checking them out too, with what you can get going. Or klingai.com is, I believe, the website that you can do. So klingai.com. There's also Kriya. There's a ton of them out there, man. There's a ton of them out there that have a whole bunch of stuff that you can actually check out. And I would advise, if you haven't already, check them all out, man. Have some fun with it. Play around with it. Don't sign up for the yearly membership. AI is advancing way too rapidly to do yearly memberships nowadays. Do the monthly if you want to pay for it. But yeah, I would definitely mess with Kling.ai or klingai.com as well. Brilliant. Well done. Appreciate that. What did you use? The RH face clips was actually done by my boy Westcott, so you'd have to ask him. That's the website right there if anyone wants to go to it for the video generation. Again, you can also go to cleanai.com. You can actually see a ton of different video generations that you can do as well. So you got a little dog swimming type deal, right? And you can probably just go to AI videos and just check that out for, checking it all out in particular. And of course, trying to get me signed in, but whatever. That's what damn near every single time I haven't signed into this freaking website in forever. So there it is. Good old freaking popping up the usernames type deal. But luckily, this one is what it is. That is my email. So if anyone wants to hit me up or anything like that, you're welcome to shoot me an email for anything indirect. But yeah, you can go to AI videos over here. You can actually create a whole bunch of stuff too. You can do image to videos. All that out is actually I made this one last time, which is Pikachu basically wielding a lightsaber right here. So if it actually decides to play, yeah, so Pikachu wielding a lightsaber, watch out. I was gonna do you can do some AI stuff with CapCut and all that good stuff. Anyways, good stuff that you can just check out. Those are just several websites to go to. And the last one is going to be Krea.ai. Allows you to have some fun image generations too. So if y'all haven't seen it, it uses Flux, which is basically what Grok 2.0 uses. If you have a Twitter membership, you can also get image generation through there. But they have video generations, enhancing, all that good stuff. So fun stuff, man. Yeah, that was a quick little item overall for everyone to see. Their image to video is fun for sure. Definitely. Sora should be available soon. That'll be awesome. I can't wait for Sora for sure. The one with the LFG I sent to group is newest version of the Revolution. Nice. He said, well, there it is. So hit me up, I guess. Been using Suno AI for song generations. Dude, song generations, yeah, hell yeah. Suno is phenomenal, man. Suno and, of course, Udio. Udio.com is the other song generations. So that's been some fun stuff today, man. We've just had plenty good discussions. I'm going to wrap up the stream today on this one, but if y'all have anything that y'all want to leave down in the comments below that I may have missed, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Other than that, I will catch y'all all in the very next one. Peace. I want to take a minute and thank all of our Patreon members over on patreon.com. Also want to thank all the badge members for YouTube memberships and all of the